woman, and we want to make sure that our rights are protected.
If you really care about women and women in sports, let's provide those women with equal opportunities.
Our big story tonight, a bill banning transgender athletes from competing in girls' sports in Pennsylvania is moving forward. The House Education Committee passed the Save Women's Sports Act by a 15-9 vote today.
And that legislation has local leaders on both sides of the aisle fired up. Channel 11's Amy HUDAK joins us live. And Amy, this decision could have a big impact on high school sports.
Absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why this is such a controversial topic. Some local Republicans say people who are born boys should not be playing girls' sports, but some local Democrats argue transgender teens and adults are being used as political pawns.
I'm a woman, and we want to make sure that our rights are protected.
A Republican proposal to prevent transgender women from participating in women's school sports cleared a major hurdle Tuesday, passing the House Education Committee. The Save Women's Sports Act, co-sponsored by local Representative Carrie Del Rosso, now advances to the GOP-controlled House. The bill would require high school and college athletes to play on the team that aligns with their gender at birth.
This fairness in women's sports, it's very important. Biologically, our males and females are different. And one of the things that we need to protect is our girls and women, especially in sports.
Del Rosso says men shouldn't take away from women's wins or scholarships.
We've come this far. Why would we go backwards as a society?
But opponents like Democrat Dan Frankel argue this legislation addresses a problem that doesn't even exist and creates more harm among a population with startling rates of suicide.
It really is targeting, one of the most vulnerable groups of people in our communities. It's crazy to think that a child would choose to be transgender in order to take advantage of that in competitive sports. It's just outrageous to think about that.
Frankel says Harrisburg shouldn't be legislating the issue since the PIAA, NCAA, even International Olympic Committee have their own gender equality rules. The Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association leaves decisions about transgender athletes to principals, and the NCAA has a sport-by-sport policy that sets transgender participation by the national governing body of that sport. But Republicans argue the Commonwealth needs to take a stand.
It's our responsibility to make sure that women are given the same equal opportunity as men, and that we should not be having we shouldn't be having those rights taken away.
Governor Wolf says if this bill passes, he will veto it immediately. The ACLU also saying tonight they do not support this bill. They condemn it because it leads to further exclusion and isolation of the transgender community. We're live tonight. Amy HUDAK, Channel 11.